The last time Amity Regional has won 5 football games in a season was 1980. Current Amity coach Butch Marazi has twice come close to achieving that mark. Marazi went 4-5 in 1987 in his first year as head coach, and last year his Spartans logged a 4-6 record. The Woodbridge school comes into the season finale with a 4-5 record and a 3-game losing streak. Running back Brett Dedman is the main offensive threat for the Spartans. Dedman is complemented by quarterback Jeff Love, running back Steve Kosarka, and tight end Nate Youngberg. Seymour has had little time to reflect on last weekend's stinging 28-26 defeat at the hands of Naugatuck. Instead, coach Paul Sponheimer's team enters the 10th week of the season with hopes for postseason play and a possible piece of the Housatonic League title. Quarterback Pete Del Toro, running backs Dave Dewey and Billy Brooks, and wide receiver Sonny Szynski lead the diversified Seymour attack. From Sim Field in Woodbridge, it's Seymour against Amity in their traditional season finale on Cable 10 Sports Valley High School Football Game of the Week. Hello again, everyone. Ed Clements, Buddy Chernovitz from Sim Field in Woodbridge. Buddy, we saw Amity against Derby. They came into that football game 4-2 record. However, the last 3 football games, including that Derby football game, they've lost their last 3.
Yeah, they got beat by Derby pretty good. They went to North Haven, got beat pretty good by North Haven, and Brantford last week really pumped them. No intensity on the Amity football team. And this week at practice, the intensity really hasn't been there, and the coaches are scared as to what football team is going to show up. They came off 4 W's in the middle of the season and have put 3 losses together and have not looked good in any of the 3 losses.
All right, Buddy. Now, of course, Brett Dedman is the main weapon offensively for Amity. In that 4-game winning streak that Amity strung together in the middle of the year, they got production from other players, Jeff Love, Nate Youngberg, Steve Kosarka. They have to do that against Seymour.
Yeah, Jeff Love's got to have a great game tonight. He's got to be able to throw the football, and they've got to get some completions to take the pressure off Dedman. Dedman runs the football, but he's got to get some blocking along that line of scrimmage, and we know Seymour is an excellent defensive football team. The ability to move that football on the ground and to throw, it's going to be key to this game.
All right, now, last weekend, it's true, Seymour lost a tough one against the Naugatuck Greyhounds, but Naugatuck was the best-rated defensive team in the state of Connecticut. Seymour puts 26 points on the board. A lot of pressure on the Amity defense with this Seymour offense.
Yeah, because Amity has given up an awful lot of points. They're going to have to play great football. Seymour's going to have to commit some turnovers if Amity's going to stay in this football game, because if Dewey and Brooks are able to run the football, it's going to be a long night for the Amity Spartans.
What do you think of the game?
I think Amity's in trouble, to be honest with you, unless this team has some intensity, and I don't know whether the intensity is there. They usually play Seymour tough at the end of the year, but they're going to have a lot of intensity in order to play a good football game.
And a lot is riding on tonight's game, and we'll be right back with Amity Seymour football right after these messages. Welcome back, everyone. We're moments away from the opening kickoff here at Sim Field in Woodbridge. Seymour Wildcats have won the opening coin flip, and they have elected to receive, kicking off for Amity, will be the junior Justin Higgins. Back deep for the Wildcats, Dave Dewey along with Sonny Szynski. Big football game, Buddy Chernovitz, for both these programs. Of course, the Seymour Wildcats still alive for the state playoff post at the end of the football season, and a possible, I underscore possible, piece of the Housatonic League crown, but that would take some help from the Shelton Gales.
Well, Thanksgiving Day is a tough day to play if you're the favorite, especially Shelton and Derby, and we've seen that over a number of years. But certainly Seymour right now is just looking for a victory to get themselves the possibility of playing in the playoffs and hoping that things break for them.
Higgins kicks it off to one of the shortmen for the Seymour Wildcats. And the ball is brought across the 40-yard line to about the 42-yard line. Mark Primavera brought back the opening kickoff. John Simone on the tackle for Amity. Let's take a look now at that Seymour Wildcat offense.
Excellent field position for Peter Del Toro and his group as they start over the 40-yard line here in this opening play of this last football game of the season. Doesn't seem possible, Eddie, that we're in the last game of the year.
First down for the Cats, offset I formation. In motion, that's Goulet. And a give to David Dewey. Dewey down to the 40-yard line and down to the 35, inside the 35-yard line before he's taken down by strong safety Brett Cox.
They just wiped out the far side of that Amity defense. They come on a little draw. Brooks breaks to the side, and then Dewey just comes back up inside. He's going to go a long way. Excellent blocking, and he's not touched. There's nobody around as Brett Cox comes from behind, pulls him down about the 35-yard line. Excellent play, 40-yard line for Seymour.
First down for the Cats. On the option, running the football, that's Peter Del Toro. He spilled in the backfield for a loss on the Amity Spartans. Brett Dedman got to Del Toro. Let's take a look now at that Amity Spartan defense.
Dedman came from his end position from the backside, took Del Toro to the ground. Dedman's got pretty good speed. No gain for Seymour as they're right at the 40-yard line here. 45-yard line, excuse me, Eddie. Again, tough to see the yard markers.
2nd and 11 for the Wildcats. Play in motion. Del Toro rolling to the near side, throwing the football. Incomplete. Brett Dedman again all over Del Toro.
Dedman's going to get a piece of the ball as Del Toro will come on the bootleg. You see Brooks breaking, then he'll come into the flat. Dewey goes the opposite way, and now Dedman's going to get into Del Toro's face, and here he gets a piece of the ball with his hand, knocks the ball down, brings up a big 3rd down for the Spartans after giving up a big play in the opening drive here that held pretty good here in the last 2. It's 3rd and 10 for Seymour.
3rd down for the Cats. There's the give. Bill Brooks, the fullback, and he's going to get maybe 2 yards on the play. And a lot more for that first down. Audie along with Searwidge on the tackle for Amity.
You'll see Brooks just come offside. They move him over in a heavy formation, then give the ball to Brooks, Dewey over, and then pretty good job wrapping up. You see Slomsky along with Searwidge and David Audi with the tackle, and it brings up a 4th and Seymour Wildcats right here. They're going to go for it. I'm surprised they're not going field position, and it's 4th and about 9 here. They're going to go with a slant pass if they're booked up from last week at Naugatuck and look for that slant pass to Szynski on the far side. We'll see what happens here.
Well, Szynski is out to the left side. Let's see what they do on the 4th and 9. Goulet in motion. Del Toro rolling, throwing. His intended receiver was Szynski, but he overthrew Szynski.
I am very surprised at that call by Seymour as they come out. The play was very poorly thrown, or the pass was very poorly thrown. No opportunity to get the football to the receiver. It's well overthrown. Pretty good coverage also as they had Szynski both deep and short, and it gives Amity excellent field position after Seymour opened with a big run by David Dewey. The Spartans now at their own 45, 8:45 left to go in this first quarter. I am very surprised at that call.
Line of scrimmage is the 34-yard line.
Oh, I'm sorry here, Eddie. I'm looking at the 20 and calling it the 30, so.
Let's take a look now, Bud, at that Amity offense.
Maybe that's not a bad call at the 34, huh? It is a good call. Shows you if you don't know where you are, baby, you're in serious trouble. I didn't know. Amity out in the bone, first series.
Well, Butch Marazzi told me that he was going to present a lot of different looks for Seymour. Running the football out of the bone, the wishbone, that's Brett Dedman, picking up about 7 to 8 yards on the first down carry. Flag is dropped. Stramello was in on the tackle for the Wildcats.
It's going to be against the Seymour Wildcats as they're going to get 15 on a personal foul. As Dedman was going down, you see here Dedman just coming off tackle, so Kasarka with the lead block misses, doesn't really block Primavera, but there's the late hit on number 54, and it'll move it down to about the 43-yard line, and at least I'll get the yard marker right.
Let's take a quick look at that Seymour defense. First down for Amity at the 43-yard line of Seymour. First quarter action from here at Cent Field. Again, Brett Dedman barrels off the right side on the first down carry out of the wishbone. Dedman out of bounds, tackled by Primavera from the secondary along with Stramello.
Amity went unbalanced that time. You'll see they've got 4 people to the right of the football and just give the ball. Excellent double team there on Stramello, and it just frees Dedman for about 5-6 yards as they're coming with the bone and going unbalanced here. Seymour, see if they adjust to it as they're unbalanced to the far side.
Second down, 2nd and 6 for Amity. Their first possession of the evening. Kasarka running the football off the left side for about 4 yards, close to the yardage needed for a first down.
Seymour has not adjusted. You watch Seymour move before the snap, but they're really not adjusting to the unbalance. This time Kasarka leads 2 blocks in front of him. Slomsky and Dedman, pretty good double team at the end, and they pick up very close to that first down yardage. Seymour's taking a timeout here, and I think Coach Sponheimer is going to talk about the unbalanced and the bone.
DJ Zalzano along with Brian Foster were on that last stop for Seymour. But he caught up with Coach Sponheimer before the football game, and he asked the Seymour coach if he was satisfied with his team's season to date.
Well, I would have to say, 7-2 is nice. I think the way I could sum it up is inconsistent, and that could be from game to game and from quarter to quarter. But we're a young football team, and our seniors have done a great job leading us to where we are now. I'm hoping they're able to lead us again tonight here against Amity. And if we're supposed to get to the promised land, we're supposed to get there. But right now, our seniors have taken us to another level. We're excited about 1991. These seniors deserve, hopefully, to play another football game because they've taken us to another level than I think we expected as a coaching staff. So we've got to play a good, tough football game tonight because I know Amity's got a lot riding on it as well as we do. And the off season's a long time, and you work all year for 10 games, and this will definitely help either program through that off season.
Coach, best of luck. I know we're going to see you December 1st in that championship game, and hope your kids have a great night.
Thank you, and I'd like to thank Valley Cable, Telecable. I do send my money in. I don't know what my wife writes on that check, but I just like to thank them for continuing to follow not just Seymour, but entire Valley football around. I think there's a lot of people that really appreciate it, and it probably goes unnoticed, but thanks for doing the great job.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we heard Paul Sponheimer, of course, hoping for another game for his seniors. It's going to be 3rd and short coming up for the Amity Spartans. Just underway from here at Amity Sim Field on Telemedia's Valley High School Football Game of the Week. Amity has looked impressive thus far in their opening possession of the football game. Still in the bone.
Unbalanced again to the near side. Seymour this time has moved over a little bit, and they've adjusted.
Dedman for the first down. Brett Dedman slices off the right side. Stramello on the tackle for Seymour.
Amity is doing an excellent job of cleaning house on the ends as they just knock people down. You'll see Stramello get taken, and then we'll come off the block on the double team by Slomsky and Kasarka, but Dedman picks up the first down yardage. He's down to the 25-yard line. Amity again unbalanced to the near side.
Just outside that 25-yard line. First down for Amity. Jeff Love on the quarterback sneak for about 3 yards. Amity Spartans running on all cylinders on offense. Lou Alawa on the tackle for Seymour.
Love just goes straight ahead. He finds that soft middle. Paul Wilson or Tommy Wilson with an excellent block in the front, and it frees Jeff Love for about a 4-yard carry, and it is 2nd down, and Amity has taken a timeout here.
And earlier, Buddy caught up with head football coach Butch Marazzi, and he asked the Amity football coach if he was pleased with his program at this point, and he asked the coach if his program was where he wanted it to be at this stage of his coaching career up here at Amity.
Well, I think we're right on schedule, but I mean we're progressing. We're 4-5 right now. We had won 4 games in the middle of the year that really kind of got us going, and certainly got the school going. And then we played Derby, North Haven, and Brantford, 3 very physical and good teams in the league. Brantford's a little down in terms of wins, but they're a quality team. And now we finish up with Seymour, so we're hoping for a big win tonight. But I think in terms of where we're heading, we're in the right direction.
What about tonight's football game?
I think you're going to see a great game. I know that you guys have had some great games this year, and I think tonight's going to be another great game. I know how important the game is for Seymour, and it's equally as important for us. Not only do we have an opportunity to maybe get a big win for our program against a quality team, but also serve notice that we're on the way back, and that's what we're looking at. And we're feeling is that we're building, and we still got a ways to go yet, but we're proving to everybody that we're on schedule, and I think you're going to have a great game, a hard-hitting game tonight.
Welcome back, everyone. Second and 7 for Amity.
They're unbalanced again over to the near side.
Again, that is Brett Dedman guarding the football. Primavera from the secondary, marked 5'9", 143-pound junior.
The blocking on the corner here by Slomsky and Kasarka, they are just driving that defensive end backwards, and Dedman is just following them along the line of scrimmage, and they are just really mauling Seymour off the line of scrimmage, especially Kasarka and Slomsky.
Ball just outside the 15-yard line. Third and short for Amity. Oh, have opened up in that ball and have stayed in it. Dedman sweeping wide to the right side, and he's picked up the first down before he's finally dragged down by Captain Rich Connors.
They're finding a home on Stromello's side, and Stromello is taking a double team every time. The linemen are just blocking down, and then the two lead backs are just taking and blocking at the end, and they're letting Dedman just come to the corner. You see him pull ahead for another first down. He's around the 12-yard line as Amity is inside the 15, and an excellent drive as they may have caught Seymour a little bit unaware coming out on the wishbone and again with the unbalanced. Seymour has not really adjusted to that unbalanced, and the defensive end has been isolated, and Amity's doing a great job with their two lead backs in blocking him down the line of scrimmage.
First down for Amity at the 12. Love taken down by Stromello.
We saw that play to end the game last week at Naugatuck as Amity came with that bootleg. Jeff Love just tried to go naked to the far side, and this time Stromello had nowhere to go except stay home and makes an excellent block. They'll bring up a second on the 15-yard line with a penalty marker in the middle of that Seymour defensive huddle. The way they're talking, it's going to go against the Spartans. No, it's going to go against Seymour. A big mistake. It's going to bring it down to about the 6.5, 7-yard line as someone inside that offense-defensive group committed a no-no for Seymour. It's a first down and inside the 10. So Amity catches a break after a great play by Jeff Stromello in tackling Jeff Love for a loss.
The center is Tom Wilson for Amity. The second down will be coming up. The football at the 7-yard line. Let's set that backfield for the Spartans. The fullback is Slomsky. The halfbacks in the wishbone, Kasarka along with Dedman. Amity has taken their opening possession and have marched the football down the field, all on the ground. Dedman to the 5, inside the 5, touchdown Amity. Brett Dedman, the senior running back.
Brett Dedman just went off tackle again with that power or touchdown. They call it a 26 touchdown, and you watch the blocking by Kasarka and Slomsky as they just free him to the outside. Dedman outruns a hand tackle there, and he does the rest on his own as he gets into the end zone, extends the football. Amity in front 6-0, and that's a surprise. It's 7:17 to go here in this first quarter.
A crisp drive offensively. They use the unbalanced line, great blocking along the line of scrimmage, and the fine running of Brett Dedman. A little bit of a mix-up on the extra point. The snap was fumbled, and a little bit of a waggle play, incomplete as the pass is thrown into the end zone. And anyway, Amity has a 6-0 lead. Sonny Szynski broke up the pass in the end zone for Seymour. Amity leads it 6-0 early on, and we'll take this timeout. We're back at Sim Field in Woodbridge. Well, Buddy Chernovitz, Seymour took the opening kickoff, got the ball down to the 34, had a 4th and long situation, failed to convert on the 4th down. Amity took over from their 34, marched the length of the field, went in, Dedman going in from about 6 to 7 yards out, and Amity fired up in this football
Great drive
game.
for the Spartans, certainly, in the opening kickoff. They may catch a break here.
That
wow.
Football went on.
What a break.
Went off one of the men of Seymour, and it was fumble there, and Amity will get the football at about the 48-yard line of Seymour.
Jimmy Hannon, number 80, I think is going to get credit for the recovery as the Spartans now get the ball kicked off one of the Seymour's players' front men's foot. It goes straight up in the air. Jimmy Hanna, number 80, there to grab it, and Amity across midfield at about the 49. Back in business here. 6:58 to go in this first quarter.
It's been all Amity thus far. On a scissors play, Kasarka running the football down the left sideline. Kasarka picks up the first down at the 30-yard line before he's taken down by Szynski. Steven Kasarka.
You saw Amity coming on that touchdown right, touchdown right, touchdown right. This time they go back with Kasarka on a crossbuck. Nobody home on the backside for Amity. Kasarka brings the ball down. You'll see two people come this way, and then there's Kasarka going backside on the boot, and he is down around the, looks like the 30-yard line. Excellent job by Steven Kasarka.
Wishbone for the Amity Spartans. Brett Dedman is spilled in the backfield. Dave Dewey from his defensive end position.
Dewey stayed home. Dedman tried to break it to the outside. There was no blocking outside, and he is there, makes the tackle on Brett Dedman for about a 4-yard loss. You see Dedman come. Dewey plays off the block. They're blocking him out. Dedman doesn't read it. And right there, David Dewey, great tackle.
Loss puts the football back at the 36-yard line of Seymour. Wishbone for Amity. Kasarka off the left side. Kasarka gets outside. Steven Kasarka down the left sidelines. A flag is dropped at the line of scrimmage. Finally taken down by
I think
Jeff
that's going to be
Scavello.
a face mask on one of the two players. Either Kasarka grabbing the face mask of the Seymour player or Seymour grabbing the face mask. We'll see if we can pick it up, but it's going to be a face mask against one of the two players. Kasarka breaks it to the outside. Kasarka goes. There's the face mask grab by Seymour. So it's going to be against Szynski, and it will move the ball even further toward that Seymour goal line as Steven Kasarka with an excellent run as he moves the ball down inside the what looks like the 15. Now it's going to be moved closer to the goal line, and it will be about the 6 after a great run by Steven Kasarka.
So the football brought down to the 6-yard line, first and goal for Amity. It's been all Amity in the early going here at Sim Field. Amity opening up with this wishbone and the unbalanced line, giving Seymour trouble. Dedman slices inside and into the end zone. Brett Dedman on the touchdown.
Brett Dedman just comes again off tackle. Amity's either doing a great job on that offensive line or the Wildcats are a little down because the Seymour Wildcats did not get pushed around this badly in Naugatuck last week against a much better Wishbone. Dedman just breaks it back inside. He's into the end zone. Good job again by Slomski, Kasarka, along with that front line of Surwich, Tommy Wilson, David Audie, Youngberg, Jennings, Gooch, and Greg Paps. They've opened some holes for Brett Dedman. Amity going for the 2 points now as they have put 2 touchdowns within 6 minutes of this first quarter football.
Senior quarterback is Jeff Love. Love rolling, throwing a cross into the end zone for the 2 points.
Amity has made a living with that play all year to Youngberg on the wishbone. That's about the 5th or 6th reception, all for points that Amity has had with that play. Jeff Love does a great job selling the touchdown or the power and then just throwing to Youngberg. Watch everybody come to the near side with Love as he gets out here on the fake, and then he'll just step back and nobody's running with number 81, Nate Youngberg, in the back corner of the end zone, wide open for the 2-point conversion.
And Amity leads it 14-0.
Eddie, we saw the Spartans jump out on the Shelton Gales earlier this year, and then Shelton jumped right back in it. So it's a long football game, but boy, the Spartans have put 14 points up very quickly.
Right now, Seymour's coach, Paul Sponheimer, he's talking to his troops over there on the Seymour side of the field. He just wants his kids to settle down at this point, field this kickoff, and start getting some first downs in this football game.
This may take the Seymour Wildcats a little bit out of their offensive game plan, as now they can't be as wide open, I think, as they would like to be. They're not going to be able to really throw that football with the intensity that they could if they were even or ahead, as the Spartans certainly have given the Seymour Wildcats something to think about very early.
Higgins, kickoff. Rolling out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. That'll be an illegal procedure call against Amity. 5-yard mark off, and Higgins will kick it off, this time from his 35-yard line.
Eddie, if I remember correctly, against Shelton, Amity scored twice and then kicked the ball out of bounds, and Shelton came storming back. Deja vu, possibly here, as the little go-kart of the Amity Spartan is getting a lot of lap time in early in this first quarter.
So Higgins will kick it off again, back deep for the Wildcats. Dewey along with Szynski. Squib kick. Dave Dewey. And Dewey spilled outside his 30-yard line at about the 33-yard line. Tom Wilson on the tackle for Amity.
Very interesting series, as you'll see. Justin Higgins kicked the ball down. I don't think they want to kick the ball to Szynski. They were there last week. Watch Sonny Szynski go 96. Primavera lets it go, and Dewey picks it up deep, man, and he's knocked down right at the 30-yard line. The Seymour Wildcats in business here.
First down for the Cats. That's David Dewey. He is slowed up at the line of scrimmage and hit there.
The longer the Seymour Wildcats allow the Spartans to stay in this football game, the more difficult it's going to be, because Amity came in here not believing. They've gone 3 straight losses. They haven't really believed that they could beat a good football team, and the longer they let Seymour lets Amity hang around, the tougher it's going to be to come back, as they did a good job, David Audi, in stopping Dewey right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line. Dave Dewey tries to center the line, and Dewey gets close to the 40-yard line before he's stopped there by Dwayne Hager, the nose guard of Amity.
Just straight ahead power now, as they're just letting Brooks lead and giving the ball to Dewey, as they're just trying to get solid, block people down or knock people down along the line of scrimmage. And a nice job as they pick up about 5. It brings up a big 3rd and 5 for the Wildcat.
Football at the 44-yard line of Seymour. Cats would like to establish something on offense. Inside, Bill Brooks close to the yard marker for the first down.
He's going to be short, and this will be a very interesting call with Seymour down here. It's going to be about a 4th and 1. They're at about the 43-yard line, and they went for it a moment ago on the 34, and I said it was a bad call, and that's my mistake. I thought it was the 44, but right here now, this is about a half a yard short, and they are going to have to make a big decision. There is 3:54 left to go, an awful lot of time in this football game, and they would like to get a first down, obviously, but they can't afford to give the Spartans field position here and not make this first down. So Coach Sponheimer, I think, will go for it, but boy, not to make this one here is going to give the Amity Spartans a big, big pep rally.
No way they want to turn it over to Amity.
They can't at this point, Edward, after those last 2 drives.
Amity has had the football 2 times in a football game. They've scored both times.
So big play right here as Seymour comes out of the huddle. They're going to go for it. I don't know why Brad Chernovitz is getting back deep here, because they are not going to punt.
4th and inches for the Cats at their 43-yard line. First quarter action.
Dive play right to Brooksy, right on this side.
Offset I formation. The senior quarterback takes it for the first down. Peter Del Toro straight ahead for the first down.
Tough guy in that offense. Peter Del Toro picks up that yard for him as they pick up the first down, and they will start to try and get that side of the field involved in the game. Their fans have had very little to cheer about here in this opening period of football.
And they have brought down a good contingent from Seymour here to Woodbridge across the way.
Beautiful night to watch a game too, Eddie. It's amazing in November that we catch a night like this.
First down for Seymour. Pete Del Toro sets up a screen. Billy Brooks. Brooks near sidelines, and Brooks rambles into Amity territory before he's knocked out of bounds by Hager and Kasarka.
Brett Dedman bought the screen all the way. He just went, freed up the outside for Billy Brooks, and Peter Del Toro got him the football. A couple missed tackles, but a great call by Seymour as they let everybody come. Dedman just keeps coming now, and he's in no man's land as Del Toro drops it off to Billy Brooks, and then Billy Brooks will just outrun Cox right here, who has a shot in the backfield. Then he outruns another tackle here of Surwich, and then down the field toward Dwayne Hager, drives him out of bounds. 2nd and short.
2nd and short at the Amity 48-yard line. First quarter action. Telemedia's Valley High School football game of the week. Dave Dewey, to the 30, 25, still on his feet as he breaks tackle after tackle. Inside the 20-yard line goes senior running back David Dewey before he's taken down by Kasarka.
David Dewey right up the middle, and he left a lot of bodies on the field. he will just leave people. He makes some great moves as he comes inside, and then right here he's missed by Brad Chernovitz, who misses him. Another miss will come here from DeMeo, and then backside will come some pressure, Stephen Kasarka, before he drags him down inside the 20. Great job by David Dewey.
David Dewey well over 1,000 yards rushing on the season for Seymour. First down for the Cats. Dewey again, or check that, is that Primavera? Mark Primavera in a tailback for the Cats, gets it close to the 10-yard line.
And I know when Mark and his brother Scott sit down to watch this football game, Scotty just had surgery today, got hurt in the Naugatuck game, and I know he wishes he were here. Scotty and Mark are great football players. I was very fortunate to be able to coach both of them in Pop Warner, and we wish you well, Scotty. Hope that hand comes along and you're back playing football again real quick.
Second and short for the Cats. Deep in Amity territory. Del Toro.
Draw play to the tailback, looks like Brooks. Not much in the
Straight ahead to the 10-yard line.
They're down in about 1.
Goulet in motion, fullback leads. David Dewey, as we've seen all year, trying to get the tough yardage. He's third and about a yard here for the Wildcats. A great drive by Seymour as they took that kickoff and really have moved the ball down the field in big chunks of yardage.
Third and short. Football inside the 10-yard line of Amity.
Brooks, the first
Inside handoff to the fullback, Billy Brooks. He's tied up at the line of scrimmage. Let's await the spot.
Short game.
Very close, Eddie, as he was piled up as he took the handoff from Peter Del Toro. We're going to get a look at it.
35, Mike Slomsky on the bottom.
Referee Larry Griffin wants to see that one.
They can't hear anything. Speakers aren't working? I don't know.
Mike Slomsky on the tackle for Amity.
He's going to be short, and it's going to bring up another big fourth down for the Wildcats right around the 14-yard line, or excuse me, the 9-yard line. What we need, Edward, is a spotter here because I'm having trouble with the right at the 9, big fourth down call for the Wildcats.
Fourth and inches for Seymour. A minute and change left here in the first quarter. Amity leads it 14-0. Billy Brooks is the fullback. The pitch. Dewey to the 5. David Dewey. Touchdown, Seymour.
Great call by the Wildcats as Amity had everybody inside, and they just pitched the ball to David Dewey. He goes the 9 yards into the end zone for Seymour's first score here. 1:12 left to go. We've had 3 touchdowns. Just a pitch. Good job by Brooks picking up Deadman, and then off to the races. David Dewey. Brett Cox unable to get him. Dewey's just got too much speed. Good stalk block on the outside on Kasarka, and into the end zone are the Wildcats.
Attempting the extra point will be the freshman Brian Schultz for Seymour. 1:12 remaining here in the first quarter. A lot of offensive firepower, both teams. And the kick is wide of the mark. And Amity holds on to an 8-point lead. 14-6 is our score.
Maybe ready for a little scoring marathon here today, Edward, because we know Seymour can put points on the board. Amity first 2 possessions. Snap is very good. Kick is just to the left. Does not make it inside those goalposts. As you can see, the ball just to the left of the goalpost. Excellent job by our camera crew, and it is 14-6. 1:12 left to go here in this first quarter of very offensive-minded football.
.112 remaining here in the first quarter. Cable 10 Sports, Valley High School football game of the week.
See a little bit of equipment check there on David Surwich. Number 67, going both ways for the Spartans. On offense as a guard, on defense as a linebacker. He's got a cousin who's playing big-time football up in Syracuse, who played for the Seymour Wildcats a few years ago and did an excellent job for them. Now matriculating at Syracuse and playing outside linebacker for that Orangeman program.
Schultz's kickoff. Deadman on the other end. And Deadman across the 30-yard line, where Amity will take over their 3rd possession of the evening. Tackle made by Chris Zulo.
Brett Deadman back in the deep position on the kickoff team for the first time this year. Dedman gets the football right at the 20, and he will pick up 10 yards. He tries to get back to the insider on that kickoff return, and Chris Zullo with a good job bringing him down. Amity at the 30.
First down for Amity, just outside the 30-yard line. We're under a minute to go here. Brett Dedman off the right side. Stopped by Mark Primavera in the secondary. Coach Marazzi's going to be sad come June when Brett Dedman graduates from Amity High School.
Great offensive takeoff by the Spartan line, and then Kosarka and Slomski again with good blocks on the end, and Dedman picks up 5 as they are doing a good job of getting to the outside, isolating the end, and bringing the safeties up to make the tackle for Seymour.
Second down. Again, Brett Dedman off the right side, and Dedman brings it close to the 40-yard line on the second down carry.
Seymour closed that down a lot better as Billy Brooks moved to this side, came up real strong. Take off, they turn Brooks to the outside. It forces Kosarka to take Brooks as Brooks played off the initial block of Youngberg, and Amity close to that first down as we come to an end to this first quarter of football.
We played one, and we have a good one for you. Our score is Amity 14 and Seymour 6. We're back. The second quarter action, Housatonic League game, this traditional finale between these longtime rivals, Seymour High School and Amity High School. Third down for Amity, third and short.
Turkey day for both football teams here.
Kosarka has picked up the first down out to the 44. Sonny Szynski on the tackle for Seymour. Stephen Kosarka.
Stephen's going to be back next year for the Spartans as he will come off tackle, this time Dedman and Slomski with the blocks. It frees up Stephen Kosarka, who's had some big yardage here early in the first quarter, and he picks up a big first down for Amity right about the 44-yard line.
Buddy, Amity has come in with a well-conceived game plan. They have run out of this wishbone. They've done a beautiful job thus far.
Unbalanced has hurt Seymour.
Kosarka to the near side. Kosarka close to midfield. Dragged down there by Primavera and Foster, along with Salzano.
Little bit of a pitch to Kosarka as he comes wide, picks up about 6 yards. We saw last week with Naugatuck staying on schedule. It's very important if you're going to play the bone. Amity's been on schedule as coming to the outside as Kosarka picks his way for about 6.5 yards right around the midfield stripe. As Eddie said, as you look down the line at Coach Marazzi, who has really brought a well-conceived game plan, as Eddie said, and an unbalanced formation that's really hurt Seymour early here in this first half.
Dedman on the right side gets outside a contain and rambles inside the 40 of Seymour before he's taken down by Primavera. And Amity at this point is shredding the Seymour defense.
Dedman will break it to the outside this time, and he has outstanding speed as there's a good block on the end, again by number 86, Owen Zerrod, who's done an excellent job at offensive end. He is a replacement for the Spartans, and he is doing a good job in blocking. Gave Dedman the outside, picks up another first down.
Give to the second back, that is Stephen Kosarka. Taken down by Sonny Szynski.
Love will fake to the outside and then come back on the crossbuck to Kosarka, but Seymour closes it down very well this time. As right there, ready to make that tackle and pulls him to the ground. For Seymour, looked like number 24, Salzano, or number 2, Brian Foster.
So it'll be a second down coming up for Amity. The football just inside the Seymour 40-yard line, just into the second quarter of play here at Sim Field at Woodbridge. Beautiful, beautiful night for high school football. Wishbone that Amity has stayed in throughout the whole game. That is Kosarka following his blockers and then tripped up by Jason Russell.
Russell did a good job because he got a hold on that. Dedman is going to get credit for holding him. Not only did they double team him, but he made the tackle and was held in the process. So Jeff Russell, or Jason Russell, a freshman, with a great job. And it's going to go against the Amity. We'll see if Seymour chooses to take it.
Seymour dresses 4 freshmen, and they have had a most successful season in. They've had a most successful season here in 1990, Paul Sponheimer thinks this, in recent memory, this might have been the first freshman team to go undefeated up at Seymour. Thus, you can see why Seymour dresses on the varsity level 4 freshmen, including Jason Russell, is now in at defensive end for the Cats. So on the mark-off of the penalty against Amity, football is brought back inside now the 45-yard line of Amity. A draw play. Deadman down to the 30-yard line. Brett Deadman before he's taken down by the freshman again, Russell.
That's going to be enough, I think, or very close to a first down for the Spartans. As Deadman just comes on the draw play, he comes out of the pack. Pretty good block by Surwich right there. Youngberg just really gets in Deadman's way and then makes a block on Szynski, but Deadman across the 30-yard line for another first down, and that's a big, big play for the Spartans as they were 2nd and 20.
Amity at the 30-yard line of Seymour.
Puts them right back into the bone.
Brett Deadman trying to center that line, and on schedule in the wishbone as Deadman takes the football down to the 25-yard line. Stopped by the interior of that Seymour line, led by tackle Julio DeVillis.
I would have thought that by now Seymour would have done a better job adjusting since they played against the bone last week. They have a defense in place, I would suspect, but maybe the unbalanced is really causing some concern for Seymour, as Amity has done a great job in blocking, getting off the ball.
They try Kasarka this time. Kasarka behind the left side of that line for a pair, down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line.
Amity's in 4-down territory, obvious by the fact they're on the 23. You see Kasarka there get up. Deadman will lead along with Slomski, number 35, the forgotten man in there. He's just blocking, and Kasarka just stays behind people and brings it close to that first down yardage. They need about 2.5 on a big 3rd down play for the Wildcat defense. They've got to stop the Spartans here. They can't afford to give them any more points in this game. Another thing that it's done is Amity keeping the ball on offense has prevented that Seymour offense from really moving. And Seymour's going to take another time right here.
And Seymour takes time out, time in for these words. We're back, 3rd and short for Amity at the 23-yard line. Slomski, the fullback, for the first down at the 16-yard line.
First time, number 35, Mike Slomski has carried the football, and he picks up a big first down for the Amity Spartans. He just comes right up as everybody goes to the right. Slommer comes back to the left side. He picks up big first down yardage as they're down around the 16-yard line. Another good drive by the Amity Spartan offense. Jeff Love doing a good job of leading that offense.
Keith Goulet on the last tackle for Seymour, who has to dig in. Deadman trying to get outside, knifed under a great individual tackle. Mark Primavera coming up from his cornerback spot on the tackle for Seymour.
Deadman misread the block as Primavera was kicked to the outside. Watch the block to the outside. Primavera's kicked out. Deadman should cut it right back up inside here, although Primavera plays right off of Stephen Kasarka's block for the tackle. Mistake by Deadman, but a great play by Mark Primavera, the junior 5'9", 143-pounder, as we said, wishes his brother was playing next to him where Keith Goulet is at the safety position.
And of course, Scott is missed offensively for the Cats too. Scott is an offensive starter, wide receiver normally for the Cats, and Paul Sponheimer. Amity on a play-action pass to 3rd down, incomplete. It'll bring up a 4th down. The pass was intended for the big tight end, Nate Youngberg. Coverage by Pete Del Toro, nickelback.
Love never sets himself. He just doesn't set himself and tries to throw off balance. There was no pressure. He doesn't get the ball anywhere near Nathan Youngberg. Good job in coverage by Peter Del Toro as he was all over number 81. The senior, 6'7" Nathan Youngberg.
Let me correct myself on the down. It is a third down for the Spartans. Football is at the 20-yard line, and Amity's going to talk things over, buddy, on the near sidelines with fourth-year head football coach Len Butch Marazzi. Reminder to our viewers that at the conclusion of the football game, we'll be making our presentation of the Fitzpatrick's Player of the Game.
You look right into that Amity offensive huddle. Right now, they're trying to decide what type of a pass pattern to run. I would guarantee that.
The gentleman with his hat on the incorrect way is the line coach up here at Amity, Andy Mancini.
Coach Mancini had some serious excitement last night as he went on a little bit of an excursion tour with the Derby Police Department, and he's done a great job for the Spartans all year with that offensive line as he came over from the Derby program and has brought that excitement of that Derby Red Raider group over to the Amity program. And Coach Marazzi certainly hopes that Coach Mancini stays another couple years because he has done an awful lot to improve that offensive line.
7 minutes and 4 ticks left here in the first half at Sinfield and Woodbridge. Amity has an 8-point lead. They lead at 14-6. They have a 3rd and 13. The football at the Seymour 20. Handoff, a delayed handoff to Kasarka, but the Seymour defense is equal to the task. Sonny Szynski coming up from that secondary to lead the Seymour charge.
Seymour was not buying this crossbuck as Kasarka tries to come back. Block on Stromella, but Stromella even gets back into it, and everybody really is at home waiting for Stephen Kasarka. No place to go. Brings up a big 4th down for Amity right at the 20-yard line. They have not brought the field goal unit out. They are going to go for it here as they need a big play from Jeffrey Love.
And I think you could call this a critical play at this juncture of the football game. 4th down, they pitch out. Brett Dedman, and Dedman's going to be stopped at the 16-yard line by Billy Brooks, and the Wildcats will take over on downs.
Surprised that Seymour didn't go to the throw. They tried to go with the main man, Dedman, and Dedman will get 5, but he's still 5 short of the first down. It's not a real good job on blocking that time. Amity turns it over at the 15. We'll see what the Wildcats are able to do as they need a touchdown 2-point conversion with 6:08 left to go in the second quarter, starting on their own 15-yard line.
First down for Seymour, 6 minutes, 1 tick remaining here in the first half of play. Del Toro wants to put it up on first down to his favorite receiver, Sonny Szynski, for the first down and out of bounds outside the 40-yard line. Steve DeMayo on the coverage and the tackle for Amity.
DeMayo's going to give Szynski a lot of room. They don't want to let Szynski run by him here, and DeMayo does a good job on coverage, just lets him catch it and then steps up to make the tackle. Playing off, but good job on containing, and Szynski picks up a first down as Seymour with their first completion of the day.
Ball marked at the 32-yard line. First down for the Cats. On a draw, that's Dewey, and he is wrapped up by Audi behind the line of scrimmage.
David Audi did not play last week against Brantford, and he was sorely missed by the defensive group. David has come a long way. He's a senior, and he has done a great job for Amity. As you look at Jamie Gooch there, one of the offensive and defensive tackles. Here they come with a little bit of a draw play. Brooks kicks out, and Audi is free, and he just holds on, gets help from Slomski, and Dedman drags David Dewey down for a minus yardage.
2nd and 11, football at the Seymour 32-yard line. Goulet goes in motion. Del Toro on the option. He is hit. The ball is covered by David Dewey. David Dewey to the near sideline. Dewey to the 40-yard line and up to the 45 before he's taken out of bounds by Brad Chernovitz. A fine recovery by David Dewey. Del Toro was hit just as he was making the pitch.
I don't know who we give credit to on this one, which coach teaches this, because this is just natural instinct. Ball is going to get tipped away from Del Toro. Dewey knocks the ball down. Now watch his presence to just stop, pick it up, and off he goes to the far side. He knows that the near side is in trouble, and off he goes, and he gets tackled by Brad Chernovitz, but not before he picks up a first down, and there's going to be a little addition tacked on to this one for Amity, who's guilty of a personal foul, and the ball will be down around the 40-yard line. David Dewey, great presence, picked it up and made an outstanding run on what looked like to be a
disaster
busted
for
play,
Seymour.
a disaster really on the option.
And Seymour turns it around, and namely the athletic ability of David Dewey.
Tough to coach that boy. You've got to have that instinct, and we've seen that from David all year.
Ball at the 42-yard line.
Nobody has stopped anyone in this game, Edward. Where is the defense? They are both moving the football up and down the field.
Seymour has it at the 42-yard line of Amity. Brooks is the fullback in the I formation. Dewey is a tailback. Play action, incomplete, short of the mark. The pass was intended for Szynski.
Stephen DeMeo uncovers that time. They just hooked him up again. Ball was poorly thrown by Peter Del Toro. One of the first balls that he's really thrown low as the ball will skip up into the receiver. Right behind him, Stephen DeMeo on the coverage. Just see him come into the picture. Kurt Peterkin sliding out from his end position, also on coverage.
Seymour with their familiar spread formation. 3 wide receivers. Brooks is the fullback, the up back, and the give is to Dewey, and he is tied up at the line of scrimmage. Stopped by Hager, the nose guard.
Hager got help from Amity and Jennings. Again, right straight up the middle. Fullback lead. Jennings plays off the block. He'll get into it along with help from Hager and David Audi. A big third down here for the Wildcats. 4:48 to go, Eddie, and it's been an action-packed first half of football.
And you called it correctly, buddy. It's not really been a case of the defense is showing their presence at all. Both teams have amassed an awful lot of yardage offensively this evening.
Certainly have, and
Amity
carries on until the second half.
Amity has looked just great here this evening, and they have really moved the football. They still lead it 14-6 in this football game. Mark Primavera trying to get outside. He will not be able to get outside. Fine effort by the Amity Spartans on the third down carry. Brett Cox from his strong safety spot coming up to make the tackle.
Fourth down here. We'll see if Seymour goes to punt or whether they try some type of a fake punt here as it's fourth down at the 41-yard line. 4 minutes and 16 seconds left to go. Seymour is back in punt formation. We'll see if they actually kick it.
Brian Schultz will be kicking the football away for Seymour, standing at his 46-yard line. And Schultz kicks it away. Heath Cunningham on the other end on the receiving team for Amity.
Cunningham brought the ball back from about the 5-yard line to the 15 before he stopped by Kip Anderson and Jeff Stromello on that stop.
So it'll be a first down for Amity, but Schultz's punt pins Amity back in rather poor position for Amity in this football game, back at their 16-yard line. Late stages of the second quarter from up here at Woodbridge. Wishbone. Kasarka running the football, and Szynski dragging Kasarka down.
Kasarka will bump outside for about 3 yards before he is wrestled to the turf. He bumped the blast play or the off-tackle power outside. Everybody coming down in that line of scrimmage. Stromello will play off the block, and then from the inside will come Szynski, who will drag Kasarka down. He picks up about 2 yards. The clock's still running with 3 minutes to go here in this first half.
Second down, 2nd and 8 for Amity at the 19-yard line. That is Deadman. Deadman off the right side, and Deadman getting close to the 25-yard line before he's taken down by Connors and Del Toro.
Close to the first down yardage. I know Amity would like to get that first down here and not give Seymour the ball back. As off tackle again comes Deadman. This time he bumps it inside. The kick out by number 34, Kasarka, gives Deadman the inside. He's close to first down yardage. Big third down call here for Amity, who has not punted yet in this football game.
Third down and a short 2 for Amity.
Football at the 24-yard line. A 3rd and 1. Second back, Deadman breaks it. 40, midfield, 40-yard line.
Nobody's going to catch him. Nobody's going to catch him.
Brett Deadman.
Deadman went to the long side of the unbalanced on the crossbuck. Everybody goes right. Deadman came back or comes left, and Deadman went back to the right. And he's going to amass some serious yardage on this one. As this one starts at the 25, he's going to go 76 yards on this crossbuck. And there goes number 33, Szynski, with the only shot, and it's a foot race. And they're going to stay pretty much even as Szynski's going to dive. Not going to get him as Dedmon goes the distance, 76 yards, his third touchdown. 2:06 left to go, and the Spartans are on top.
And Buddy, let's tell our viewers again that, of course, Seymour has a lot of, we know all about the incentive in this football game, a possibility of a state playoff game, a possibility of the Housatonic League crown, but Amity, a big goal up here in Woodbridge. The fact that Amity going for 5 wins, if they do get it, be the first time in about 11 years. 1980, the last year that Amity won 5 football games.
That's been big all week for Amity, but also this is Amity's Super Bowl, really. This is their last game. They've got some seniors who did very well, and I think that some of these gentlemen are very disappointed as the way they played the last 3 weeks. They have not shown very well against the Derby Red Raiders, North Haven, and Brantford. Granted, they were great football teams, but Amity didn't play with any inspiration, and today they're playing with a little bit of inspiration. They're inspired. They're coming out and playing pretty good football, and I think Seymour may be flat. They may be down a little bit. They took a tough loss last week, and I don't think they expected the Spartans to play like they have in the first half.
You and I, in the last 6 or 7 years, we have seen this game come down a lot of times to a very competitive effort by Amity. Amity might have been
Who's
a big,
really gone in as an underdog.
a big decided underdog, but they have really basically most of these years played Seymour very, very tough.
There are a lot of reasons for that, Eddie, and I think one of the biggest is
Dedmon for the 2 points.
Yeah, well, Brett Dedmon gets into the end zone. One of the big reasons is that these guys, as you see Coach Marazzi now, these guys are playing inspired football in the block as Dedmon just comes right up the middle. Double team by Kasarka, and number 35, Mike Slomsky, is outstanding. There you see a little bit of celebration for the Spartans, who enjoy a 22-6 lead here with 2:06 left. But as I was saying, a lot of these young men have played each other in Pop Warner, played on the same teams. I know I've been involved in that Pop Warner program, and I know that my son and Brett Cox and David Serwich and Brian Sheen, you can go right down the list for Amity, have played against the Goulets and against the Primaveras and Selzanos and Fosters and Stramellos, who've all come out of this Pop Warner program in Seymour, and they have a lot of incentive to play against each other. They kind of like to show that they're, you know, not a bad football group, and they're playing outstanding football in this first half.
Buddy, when I came into the complex here at up at Woodbridge before the football game, I overheard what Coach Marazzi was telling his team as he brought them onto the field. He said, "Gentlemen, all I want you..."
You could arrest them for some of it, but...
No, I'll clean it up. He said, "Gentlemen..."
Not even to clean it up.
Gentlemen, he said, "all I ask for you is that you give me your best effort tonight." Then he also reminded them that it's a long time between the middle of November and the following September. So, gentlemen, he wanted the best effort out of his Amity Spartans.
So far, he's gotten it.
Mark Primavera returns Higgins' kick. The tackle by Stevie DeMeo.
Stevie DeMeo doing a good job of covering Szynski so far tonight. As you'll see the pickup by Primavera, and he will break to the outside. Number 11, Stevie DeMeo, will break down right here. Peterkin misses him, and then DeMeo will wrap him up for the sure tackle right at about the 40-yard line.
Just outside the 35-yard line, first down for Seymour.
I can't see tonight, Eddie. Wow.
Eddie Goulet in motion. First down. Del Toro pumps, throws. It is picked off on the other end. Steve DeMeo with
what an interception by
the 40-yard line. The pass was intended for Szynski.
Stevie DeMeo, we said he's been covering Szynski all night. Del Toro tried to get him on a hook and go, and right here, DeMeo will just step up and take the football away as the ball is well overthrown. You see the pump fake by Del Toro, and watch DeMeo right here. He makes the catch. He'll get 1 foot down in bounds before he goes out. There's the foot in bounds.
That's all you need.
His other foot is out of bounds. Good call by the official who was there. And the Spartans now at the 45-yard line, 1:33 left to go.
So Amity picks off Del Toro, and we've got 1:33 seconds remaining here in the first half. And Amity, to say the least, has played inspired football in the first half up here at Woodbridge. They lead it 22-6.
And here comes the Spartan. Eddie, it's going to be interesting to see what the Seymour Wildcats do coming out in the second half, because they really have not prepared mentally, I think, to play this football game. And we'll see if the coaching staff can pump them back up and get them out here in this second half, because they are not playing the type of football we saw last Sunday in Naugatuck.
Well, for starters right now, Coach Bonheimer is out there in his defensive huddle. He's telling his troops, hey, let's calm down right now and let's start it right here. We got a lot of time left in this football game. We got the balance of this half. Let's get it at halftime. Let's talk it over, and let's play some Seymour Wildcat football in the second half.
They can do it. They certainly can put points on the board. We saw their one drive just go right down the field. But the Spartans, to their credit, have not given that offense a lot of time with the football, and that's been a big key here in this first half. We know Seymour can move it if they have it, but the Spartans have really controlled it with this wishbone. They are unbalanced again.
Seymour trying to adjust to the unbalanced line. Slomsky, the fullback, tied up at the line of scrimmage. Brian Foster and Salzano combine on the tackle for Seymour.
Amity has not broken the bone. They can't come out in a throwing package, but Coach Marazzi is just playing it conservative right now as he's got 1:13 left to go here in this first half. I know he'd be very happy to get in there 22-6, but another touchdown right here could really damage that Spartan or that Seymour attempt to come back.
Second down and 9.
Second down at the 45-yard line. Second back, that is Brett Dedman. He's going to be dropped for a loss. Stromello.
They came with the crossbuck. They just went 76 yards on that play, and Dedman really no place to go this time as the guards collide. This is a bad play. Two guards collided, and that put Dedman in serious trouble as Surwich and Jennings looked like Surwich went the wrong way as he came to the near side. Gilbert Jennings went to the far side. It's a third down play, and Seymour's taking a timeout with 44 seconds. Would like to get the ball back one more time.
Third and 15 coming up for Amity. We've got 44 seconds remaining in the first half from up here at Sim Field in Woodbridge on Cable 10 Sports. High school football game of the week. And we'll be having some information about the air times for the Ansonia-Naugatuck football game in the second half. So stay with us for the balance of this football game, an exciting Housatonic League football game between these longtime rivals. Of course, Seymour coming in overall 7-2 record, 7-1 in Housatonic League play. Amity overall 4-5 and 3-5 in Housatonic League play. Dedman trying to slice it and take it outside, and he's dragged down. Stromello, fine defensive play as Seymour strings out the play.
Good job by Seymour just stringing out, as Eddie said, to that far side. Dedman tries to go, breaks to the outside here as he comes on that touchdown blast play, and it will bring up a fourth down for the Spartans, and they will have to punt here for the first time as they're running down as much time as they can. Under 10 seconds right now is Amity having trouble getting enough people on the field.
Back deep for Seymour is Szynski, and a flag is dropped with 3 seconds showing on the scoreboard clock.
Not a bad play just to let Dedman take it and run it backwards and then just kneel, because Seymour has no timeouts and there's only 3 seconds left to go here, so we'll see what Amity chooses to do.
You don't want to risk any long snap at this point either.
No, you really don't, but Jeff Love certainly could go back there, take it, and just run back. We'll see. Bad snap, just cover it. It'd be tough to snap that one all the way into the end zone, but 3 seconds to Seymour Wildcats now will not be able to get a playoff unless Amity makes a critical mistake.
Well, they snap it to Dedman.
Did not have to kick it. They do.
They do, and that's going to do
right
it.
Out of bounds.
No time showing on the scoreboard clock. We played one half of football here at Sim Field in Woodbridge, and our score at halftime is Amity 22, Seymour 6. We'll be back with the halftime activities following these messages. Back here at Sim Field in Woodbridge for our halftime activities. At the center of the field, those are the Seymour High School Pom-Pom girls.
The Seymour High School Tom Color Guard Majorettes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Amity Marching Band's halftime show with Joe Majors, Joshua Bachner, and Christina Colby. Today, we'd like to acknowledge and thank all of the seniors. They are Joshua Bachner, Christina Colby, Anne-Marie DeVivo, Lauren Horn, David Levine, Christina Patricios, Anita Sen, Sarah Stanley, Jennifer Sweeney, and Adam Wade.
That concludes the halftime activities here at Simfield in Woodbridge. We'll be right back with the second half kickoff right after these words. We're back for the second half action here in the season finale between these two football teams, the regular season finale. And right now, the Seymour Wildcats, who have aspirations of play in postseason action in the state playoffs, they are behind in this football game to an inspired Amity Spartan team by a score of 22-6. Amity will receive the second half kickoff.
Eddie, it's a long climb up the ladder for Seymour. Certainly not impossible, but they are 16 points down. They need to get both conversions on 2 touchdowns and then go for the tiebreaker if they can get to that situation, or 3 touchdowns obviously will win the game for them. But right now, the Seymour Wildcats are coming out, and they have got to mount a very good defensive attack against the Amity Spartans and not allow them to run much clock here in this second half, because the clock is going to be very important in the football game, down by 16 as Seymour ready to kick to the Spartans. Halves or games are played in 2 halves, and we saw at Cheshire where the Seymour football team thought they had a game won. Cheshire came back in the second half. We saw that last week, so there's an awful lot of football left to be played here.
Heath Cunningham handling the second half kickoff, and Cunningham finds a seam at midfield, down the far sidelines, runs out of bounds. Inside the 40-yard line, he is run out by one of the Seymour players, Ray Szynski. Runs out.
Foot race again between Szynski and Heath Cunningham as he breaks through a seam, and he will go down the far sideline before Stramello, and then number 81, Sonny Szynski, will finally get him with his outstanding speed. But Amity in business at about the
37-yard line. And taking it on a quarterback sneak is the quarterback, Jeff Love, straight ahead, tackled by Keith Goulet.
Ball is bouncing for the Spartans as Jeff Love came on the quarterback sneak, dropped the football, and then someone for Amity covers it. They'll pick up an extra 2 on it. Love fumbled. Ball was recovered by one of the Amity linemen, and a big play for the Spartans after that great run by Heath Cunningham, 2nd and short.
Football at the 29-yard line, 2nd and short for Amity as we begin matters here in the second half. Telemedia's Valley High School football game of the week. Out of the wishbone, Kasarka for the first down as he gets inside the 25-yard line. Again, Goulet on the tackle for Seymour.
The worst thing happened for Seymour with that run by Cunningham is it gave Amity great field position. The Seymour Wildcats are really being turned out, as you saw right there. Number 81 taking a ride on the sled. Szynski by the defensive or offensive end, or just turning people out here.
First down for Amity at the 23-yard line. On the quick hitter, they give it to the fullback, Slomski. Slomski barrels inside the 20-yard line, stopped there by Bill Brooks from his outside backer spot.
Slomski comes on that play where he got the big first down in the first half of football, picks up 5 again as he just goes off tackle. Everyone else in the backfield went to the right. Slomski came to the left, picks up good yardage. Second down.
Second down and 6. The football at the 19-yard line. We begin matters in the second half here. Deadman trying to get outside. He bangs outside, close to the 10-yard line on the far side of the field. Primavera from the secondary on the tackle, but not before another good gainer for the Amity Spartans, and another first down at about the 10.
Good takeoff by the line, and then double team at the end. Dewey can't play off the block, and Deadman free to the outside, and he's down to first down yardage around the 11. Amity with a good drive after that great return again by Heath Cunningham, setting this up early in the second half.
Amity outside the 10-yard line at the 11-yard line. They can conceivably get a first down without scoring. Wishbone. Deadman to the 5 and into the end zone. There is a flag dropped on the play. This might come back.
Play is going to be brought back as Deadman goes on the short side, and there's going to be a hold against Amity. Big play there for Seymour as they dodge a bullet as Deadman just goes off tackle again. Slomski and Kasarka watch the block here, and Deadman just goes to the outside. They double outside end, and Dedman free into the end zone, but a holding penalty somewhere in that pile, and it's going to move the ball way back to the 20-yard line.
21-yard line.
So the football back to the 21-yard line. It'll be a first down and 20 for Amity. Amity leads it 22-6. Cable 10 Sports High School Football Game of the Week. Quarterback is the senior Jeff Love. On a crossbuck, that is Dedman running the football. Dedman down to the 17-yard line.
3 or 4 yards.
Stramello on the initial hit.
Misdirection. Fullback and Kasarka come this way, and then Dedman backside. Good block by Jennings at the end. It gives Dedman room to run. He picks up about 5. Big 2nd and 15 for Amity as they move the ball down inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line.
Second down, 2nd and long for Amity. Time winds down here in the 3rd quarter. Dedman again slicing off the right side, the left side of that Seymour defense up to meet the play and stop Dedman after a pickup of about 2 to 3 on the play. Primavera on the initial hit for Seymour. And also in on the action for Seymour, Brian Foster. 3rd down, 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13, the football at the 14-yard line of Seymour.
Going to see a bootleg here to the left. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a bootleg. Wide open in the end zone.
Love, play action, completes it. Nathan Youngberg for the score. Youngberg caught the pass at the 5-yard line and went into the end zone for the 4th touchdown for Amity.
This is going to be a catch that will be remembered long at the Spartans Sim Field as thrown behind. Jeff Love throws the ball behind number 81, Nathan Youngberg. Love, no pressure as he got a lot of time. Watch the catch here by number 81. Way behind him, he just picks an apple and he will go into the end zone. Wow, what a drive by the Spartans, and Heath Cunningham will take credit for setting it up as Amity now out in front 28-6 with 8:31 left to go.
Heath Cunningham took the second half kickoff and created some very good field position for the Amity Spartans and set up this 3rd quarter drive. A flag is dropped as Amity goes for 2 points. Kasarka, the running back, does not get in, and the penalty was against Amity. It will be declined. Rich Connors stopped Kasarka on the try for the extra points. So Amity has taken a 28-6 lead in the 3rd quarter and will take this timeout. Justin Higgins will be kicking it off for the Amity Spartans as we return here in this exciting Housatonic League contest, Cable 10 Sports High School Football Game of the Week. Returning the football for Seymour, Mark Primavera at the 30-yard line.
Amity has kicked the ball down, not wanting to get a deep return, and they've done a pretty good job of keeping the ball away from the deep returners. This time Primavera picks it up, and he has no place to go as he had trouble finding the handle. He's going to be dragged down around the 30-yard line.
Cunningham along with Hannon on the tackle, buddy. And let's see what the Wildcats can do. Their first possession of the second half, and they have fallen 22 points behind in this football game. Dave Dewey on a draw play. Stop made by Slomsky from the linebacker spot. Good pickup by David Dewey.
Picked up about 7 to 8 yards on that inside handoff, just coming straight up the field. Dewey has had some room to run in this football game. He's had some big runs, but the Spartans have really kept him from breaking it, and right now, that's one of the reasons why they enjoy this 28-6 lead, is they have kept Dewey and Brooks really off the scoreboard.
Second and short for Seymour at their 38. Senior tri-captain wants to put it up. It is picked off by the Spartans. DeMayo at midfield. The pass was intended for Szynski, and DeMayo on the tip.
Stevie DeMayo, man on the spot, his second interception. We said he was going to give Szynski some room. Ball went through Szynski's hands. DeMayo with a great interception right at midfield. They'll be actually in the plus area as they'll be at the 49. You see Del Toro throw the ball. It'll go right through Szynski's hands. Maybe a little tip there, but Szynski cannot grab it. The tip drill, Stephen DeMayo picking it off right at about the 50-yard line. The senior, 140-pounder, excellent game with his second interception.
Wishbone for the Spartans. That is Kasarka. He is wrapped up by Connors. Rich Connors, senior tri-captain, 6 foot, 202-pound senior.
Number 54, Connors on the tackle for Seymour.
So a pickup of 1 on the first down carry by Kasarka. Football is at the 47-yard line of Seymour. Amity is in possession of the football and a 22-point lead in the third quarter. Spartans lead it 28-6 in a shocker. Deadman explodes up the middle. It's a loose football, and let's see, it's the Wildcats football. Seymour has recovered the football. Deadman had exploded for a good yardage, and Karina comes up with the loose football for Seymour.
Deadman right in the middle. He just loses it right there. Comes out behind him. Number 68 for Seymour, Jeff Karina, will come up with the recovery in after the interception. Big turnover here by the Spartans as it puts Seymour right back in it.
Seymour at their 40-yard line after the Amity turnover. Goulet goes in motion on first down. Flags are dropped. It's a shovel pass for a couple of yards on the play, but that's going to go against the Cats. It's going to be a penalty coming up against them. Hager was on the tackle along with Sirowich.
Tried the shovel pass. The right guard came up, set, and then moved again. The shovel pass we saw last week, a great play for the Seymour Wildcats in the Naugatuck game. This time Amity does a pretty good job of stopping it, but the penalty is going to move the ball back 5 yards.
That shovel pass was to Bill Brooks, but there you see the indication. And a 5-yard mark-off, so it'll be a 1st and 15 for the Cats. Still, they have the time to do something. They are an explosive offensive team, and it's very tough to keep Seymour to 1 score in any football game, but Seymour's got to put some points up, and they've got to put them up pretty quickly if they want to get back into this football game. Delay goes in motion on 1st and long. Peter wants to put it up. Gets it out there. It is again off the fingertips of the receiver. Goulet was the intended receiver, and Chernovitz almost came up with the interception for Amity. If he did, it would have been his 8th pickoff of the season.
Roll out as Del Toro comes to the near side and just throws a bullet. Goulet cannot hold on to it. Again, the tip drill off his hands. Brad Chernovitz will come into your picture. Really not able to get it. It was well out of his reach, but it brings up a 2nd and 15 now for the Seymour Wildcats.
2nd down, 2nd and 15.
Del Toro stepping back to throw.
Pete Del Toro
Going outside.
throws it out. It is complete.
Strong hit by number 4.
Mark Primavera, the receiver, and Peterkin on the tackle for Amity.
Kurt Peterkin will play as an outside receiver, or an end, drops into the flat, and then we'll just take the out pattern to Primavera and drive him out of bounds. Brings up about a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8 here, and we may be in 4-down territory for the Wildcats here. 5:30 left to go in this third quarter, and they need 3 scores right away.
Szynski, Goulet, and Sokolnicki are the wide outs for Seymour on 3rd and 7 from their 42-yard line.
Del Toro dropping back.
Seymour forced to go to the air. Incomplete off of Sonny's hands. Sonny Szynski, he would have had a 1st down at the 43-yard line. It goes incomplete and a 4th down for the Cats.
Eddie, I know our 2 spotters up here are talking about the inability of Seymour to hold on to the football. These are not poorly thrown footballs. The passes are excellent. It is just the receivers who are unable to bring him down. As you see again, it goes right through his hands, brings up a 4th down, and we'll see what Seymour does, as they are going to go for it here. They cannot afford to give the ball back to the Spartans, although field position here, they turn it over, going to give Amity excellent field position.
Split backs for the Cats. Del Toro, a deep drop. He's setting up, looks like a screen. David Dewey at the 45. And Dewey
does not make it, Eddie. He's going to be
stopped at the
short.
49-yard line. It doesn't appear as if David Dewey has picked up the yardage for the first down, but we'll await the spot. It's right in front of us on the Amity sideline.
Not even close, Eddie. It's not even close as they come with a double screen. They fake to the far side. Del Toro comes off that, throws the ball to David Dewey, and then Amity does a good job of just playing off blockers. You see Jennings missed there, but they take the ball carrier right out of bounds here. There's Peterkin along with help from a couple of other players, and the Spartans in great field position here right at their own, or the Seymour 49-yard line, and it's 5:10 left to go here in this 3rd quarter.
There's Tim Rafferty, one of our cameramen. 5 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. Brian Foster gets to Dedman. Foster from his backer spot poured in on a blitz.
Seymour comes with the linebackers. You see Foster at the top of your picture just come through, and he will get Dedman. Dedman has no place to go. Brian Foster, good job on the tackle. Junior Brian will be back next year along with a number of other Seymour players. They return an awful lot of people. 2nd and about 14 yards, not good for the bone as Amity comes unbalanced to this side.
2nd down, 2nd and long for Amity at the 47. Dedman tries the right side. That Seymour defense has toughened considerably as Dedman gets down to the 49-yard line of Seymour.
A lot of white jerseys in on that tackle, and he looked like Del Toro was one of the men who led that tackle. Dedman came to the short side out of the bone, and Del Toro, along with Goulet and Connor, stacked him right up. Brings up about a 3rd and 10, Eddie, in this bone.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, and Amity is in possession of a 22-point lead, 28-6 over Seymour. Seymour needing a win to stay alive for possible state playoff consideration. Dedman on the pitch out, cuts it back in. Dedman to the 45-yard line. It'll be shy of the 1st down, and it'll be a kicking situation, I would think, for Coach Marazzi's Amity Spartans.
Field position important now for Amity, and ball control and the clock. If they can keep the ball away from Seymour, run some 1st downs as Dedman goes to the far side out of the pitch, breaks it back up inside for about 5. Going to be way short of that 1st down, a kicking situation for Amity.
Brett Dedman, the punter for Amity, at his 44-yard line. Gets the snap from center and gets it off. On the other end, Sonny Szynski. Szynski taken out of bounds on the far side of the field at the 23 by Brett Cox.
Good job by Szynski getting to the sideline to stop the clock. Every second is going to be important for Seymour. He got out of bounds at right about the 24-yard line as Seymour will bring their offense out onto the field with 2:59 left to go here in this 3rd quarter.
So the Cats have got to dig for something extra here. Time waning in the 3rd quarter, and Amity leads at 28-6.
From their own 23-yard line.
Goulet in motion.
Del
Toro on a drop on 1st down. It's going to air it out over the middle. Has a receiver for the 1st down. That is Dewey out of the backfield. Chernovitz on the tackle.
Seymour right into a hurry-up offense. They are conserving whatever time there is, and they know that it's going to be tough to get 3 scores. Now they go back into the huddle when the down marker's removed, and Coach Kello a little upset. They wanted to go right off the ball on that one.
Football at the 38-yard line of Seymour. Cats have picked up a 1st down. On the option, Del Toro pitches. David Dewey to the 45, and to midfield goes David Dewey for what I believe is another Seymour Wildcat 1st down. Mike Slomsky on the tackle for Amity, along with Brad Chernovitz.
Come on the option. Peterkin plays off the option, but Brett Cox lets him turn up inside.
Stephen DeMeo on the first hit. Hager, he pulls away from that. Then Chernovitz and Slomsky on the tackle. But another big first down for the Wildcats right about the midfield stripe.
3 wideouts for the Cats. Sonny Szynski to the bottom part of your screen. Sokolnicki and Goulet out to the left. Goulet goes in motion. They throw to Goulet. Goulet has the football down at the 40-yard line. As Peter Del Toro's gotten his arm cranked. Cox along with Chernovitz combine on the tackle for Amity. And Seymour in their hurry-up 2-minute offense.
We're going to get a measurement here.
Timeout for a measurement. During this timeout,
And with a timeout for the measurements, time in for our weekly feature, Coach's Tips.
Today we'd like to show you what a football player wears under all those coverings. We start with the knee pad, which goes over the knee, contained in the pants. Then we go to the thigh pad, which is found right in the thigh to protect that thigh area. Girdles or strap-ons are next for the protection of the hip. We've got a rib pad that is necessary to protect injuries to the ribs, and then the shoulder pads. Very important that the shoulder pads are fitted to cover the entire shoulder. And last comes the protective helmet with the face guard. Different types of face guards depending upon what position you play. This is for a halfback. Very important that you are properly equipped when you play football. Again, thanks for joining us all year. We'll see you.
Welcome back, everyone. Shy of that first down, as you see on the measurement, by a couple of inches.
Good play for Seymour to go for a big one here as they have a freebie on a second and very short. They got some wideouts back out of the backfield, and Amity's got to be prepared for a throw situation.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter of play. Goulet goes in motion, split backs. They give it to David Dewey out of the backfield. Dewey has picked up the first down. You got to think Seymour wanted a lot more yardage on that play. They do get the first down. Deadman on the tackle for Amity.
Dewey comes back across the grain on the little bit of counter or misdirection. Amity does a good job of stacking him up, as you see Deadman coming from his end position to drag him down. They pick up the first down, but with 1:38-37 left to go here, they wanted something more, as Eddie said.
Time is of the essence for the Seymour Wildcats. They have to be composed, but they got to be concerned about the clock too. Billy Brooks, the lone back. Del Toro pumps once, throws, it is picked off by Chernovitz. Chernovitz to midfield, down the far sidelines. Brad Chernovitz down inside the 40-yard line of Seymour. Peter Del Toro's pass was picked off by the sophomore free safety of Amity. 8th interception on the season.
Brad Chernovitz will come off the hash. The fake here to try and hold the linebackers, and then Szynski on there, or it looked like you're trying to throw to Primavera. Not a good throw as Brad Chernovitz on coverage, though, right there, and he will return it a long way down to about the 37-yard line before he's wrestled out of bounds by, looked like number 34 for Seymour. Or Peter Del Toro, I'm sorry, Peter Del Toro, the quarterback.
Amity has a first down. Brett Deadman out of the wishbone. Down the right sidelines, 20, 10, touchdown Amity. So Brett Deadman from the 34-yard line on the first down carry takes it in on a sweep around his right end, and Amity has taken a commanding lead in this football game. They lead it by a score now of 34-6.
Deadman just goes on another romp down that far sideline. He's around the corner to the short side. Donald Perry out in front of him, but Deadman gets into the end zone, 34-6. The interception, a big play by Brad Chernovitz, and now that offense, one play, putting it in the end zone. They're going to go for 2 here, 34-6. They have big cushion as we're going to get ready to enter this fourth quarter.
And the give inside, they give it to the fullback, Slomsky. It's going to be short of the goal line. But for Amity, a big turn of events in the last minute of play here.
And Eddie, in the crowd, an awful lot of blue jackets from Morgan School in Clinton who were interested in what the Seymour Wildcats were doing, because they might have played the Seymour team if Seymour can come back here and put some points on the board in this fourth quarter. As you looked at Brad Chernovitz after that interception, sitting on the sidelines catching a blow. He'll be back in there now as Amity will kick to Seymour. The score 34-6, as you see with the scoreboard, it tells it all. And Amity really has jumped this Seymour football team, and the Seymour football team has really not been able to recover from the first two-quarter touchdowns, first period touchdowns that the Seymour football team surrendered. Seymour needed to score twice in his third quarter. It has been Amity who has answered with two big scores. A big return on the opening kickoff by Heath Cunningham set up the first one. The interception by Brad Chernovitz has set up the second one. With 47 seconds left to go, Seymour's in trouble.
You know that Seymour is going to be filling the air with footballs for the remainder of this football game. They have no choice. Mark Primavera returns Higgins' kick to the 37-yard line.
65, Wayne Hager for Amity.
Hager on the stop for Amity, along with number 68, Bosco.
Jimmy Bosco is a great story for Amity. Jimmy Bosco started as the stat man when he was a freshman. He went from the stat man to manager. From manager in his junior year, he started to play a little, and this year he's gotten some time as special teams player. Great story.
Del Toro throws, it is picked off again. Again, it is the sophomore Chernovitz. Brad Chernovitz takes the football down to the 45-yard line, and it's been a nightmare for Seymour. Hold the phone, though. There is a flag down on the play, but now they're picking it up.
After the play, so it's going to give Amity the football, but it's going to be an interception and a personal foul. Amity will keep possession here. I think he signaled after the play. We'll see what happens. Brad Chernovitz comes up with the interception. Jeff Love goes in here. You'll see Chernovitz come off the overthrow right here with a middle fielder playing middle field. He comes up with it, brings it back to about the 50, but the penalty will move it back to about the 40. But that's immaterial to Amity as they will get the football again. 18 seconds left to go. Amity should be able to take this one into the fourth quarter, hold on to it into the fourth quarter. They could really not even snap a play, and that's what Coach Marazzi's going to do. He's going to let the clock run out here, not even run a play, and it will start the fourth quarter with Amity at the football at their own 40-yard line. Eddie, I can't believe it. To be honest with you, this Amity team has played inspired football for 3 quarters.
So we've completed 3 quarters here at Sim Field in Woodbridge, and our score, Amity 34, Seymour 6. We're back, fourth quarter action at noisy Sim Field in Woodbridge, where Amity has surprised a whole lot of people here in the season finale. That is the senior co-captain, Brett Dedman, taking it off the right side on the first down carry. Amity leads it 34-6.
Dedman just comes with the powers. They've been running all afternoon or all evening here, and he picks up about 4.5 yards as they just come straight at Seymour here. They've got a long way to go for a first down, though, as they are about 20 yards still short of that first down.
Amity has stayed in that bone throughout the football game. Again, Brett Dedman barreling over Seymour defenders. Dedman upended at the 45-yard line. Amity at this time just would like to knock off some clock.
Eddie, I think more than the bone, the unbalanced has hurt Seymour. They have not really felt comfortable defensively against that. When they've shifted, Amity has been able to come back against that to go to the short side, especially with Dedman on 2 very long runs. So Seymour has been playing a guessing game, and every time they guess, they're kind of guessing wrong, and Dedman's been able to take advantage of the short side.
Unbalanced to the right side on 3rd down for Amity. Dedman on a sweep. Dedman down to the 45-yard line and inside the 40-yard line of Seymour.
They're going to have a shot at a first down here, Eddie, is I think the Seymour football team has lost a little bit of their momentum. Dedman just goes outside and he picks up about 18 yards on this, and watch him cut. Good block there by Slomsky, and Dedman just runs through some tackles, something we haven't seen all year for Seymour. Finally, when he's tackled, the momentum of the tacklers drove him another 5 yards down the field. It's 4th and makeable for Amity, as they were 1st and 25. It's 4th and about 4. And they make this one, Eddie, and I'm a betting man if they make this one, that Seymour's not going to be able to come back.
Football at the 39. It's fourth down play. That goes to Kasarka. And Kasarka, I believe, has picked up the first down. He has, as he gets inside the 35-yard line. Del Toro finally on the tackle, but not before Amity has picked up a valuable first down. Sonny Szynski also in on the stop for Seymour.
This is just an outstanding run by Steven Kasarka as he gets hit short of the first down right here. And then watch the drive, the momentum, and he is able to pull himself for another 5 yards and a first down. Seymour is not the same football team we saw last Sunday.
First down for Amity, and that's going to go against Amity as Youngberg beat the count. So that'll go back 5 yards for Amity.
Looked good as he went that one step and then held on, but watch Nathan right here as he steps off, and now watch he'll set himself, and he just can't do that in football. It kind of like is a penalty. Amity will be moved back on a first down now. Youngberg playing inside on an unbalanced with 9:41 left to go, and it is going to take a miracle for the Wildcats to pull this one out.
Football now at the 38-yard line. Amity has it at the Seymour 38, in possession of the football, and a big lead, 34-6. Dedman, the workhorse running back, near sidelines, 20, 15, across the grain. Brett Dedman into the end zone. It's an Amity score. Brett Dedman.
Dedman is putting on a clinic today as he runs outside through a very good football team into the end zone. Again, the unbalanced Owen Zarrett just gets a stalemate at the end spot, and then Dedman just goes down the sideline. He will make a great cutback right here as he beats Szynski and then outruns a tackle by Brian Foster. He goes into the end zone. It is 40-6 with 9:14 left to go. Brett Dedman, player of the game for the Amity Spartans.
Higgins will attempt the point after. And what a shocker. A long wait. It's good. And Amity has tacked up the 41st point in this football game. It is Amity 41 and Seymour 6 with 9:14 remaining in this football game.
Spartan is getting a lot of mileage, as I said before. 41 points, that's the most that Amity's put on the board all year. They've been waiting for this football team to click, and today is the day, unfortunately, for the Wildcats that the football team at Amity has decided to play. And they have played an inspired 3+ quarters of football.
And it appears as if Amity will have their 5th win of the season, and that'll be the first time since 1980 that an Amity high school football team has won 5 football games.
Eddie, you got to go back a long way, too, to the last time that the Amity Spartans beat the Seymour Wildcats. Seymour has controlled this, what we call Turkey Day, I guess, here, the game before Thanksgiving, and it's been a lot of years since the Spartans have been able to enjoy a 41-6 lead with 9:14 left to go in the 4th quarter. It's been a long time since Amity's been ahead of the Wildcat, never mind enjoy the lead.
Kicking off will be the junior, Justin Higgins. Again, they've been squib kicking all evening long, and Primavera on the return. Primavera out close to his 40-yard line.
Eddie, except for that drive in the first quarter where Seymour just took the ball and went down the field, the Wildcats have not had a good offensive showing. 3 interceptions, 2 by DeMeo, 1 by Chernovitz. They really haven't sustained any drives, and they have given field position to the Spartans all day, who have taken advantage of it with the running of Brett Dedman.
Mike Freeman on the kickoff tackle against Primavera. First down for the Cats, the Stun Cats, at their 38-yard line. Every play has to be in the air. They've got to score quick. Sonny Szynski at midfield. And down at the 45-yard line as he stays inbounds, Brett Cox, strong safety on the tackle for Amity.
This is going to be a 2-minute drill until the end of the game for Seymour every time they touch the football. 41 points down, Eddie, that's 35, and no matter how you work it, they got to get at least 4 touchdowns. Well, 5 touchdowns, even if they convert all the 2-point conversions, and that's a lot of points to get with less than 9 minutes left to go.
Delayed to the bottom part of your picture. A sprint draw, David Dewey. David Dewey to the 20, still on his feet, down to the 10-yard line before he's first hit by Steve Kosarka and then cleaned up by Chernovitz.
Team isn't dead yet as Seymour and here they go, put this offense in gear. Dewey goes a long way backwards and then comes up the field. Good blocking inside by Seymour, and they free David Dewey right up the middle, and Dewey, just when he gets the football in some room, we know what he can do with it. He'll go down at the 10. Brad Chernovitz, Stephen DeMeo dragging him to the ground, and Seymour back in business, just under 8 minutes to go.
Peter Del Toro's got a fire in the end zone on a timing pattern to Szynski, incomplete. Coverage by Steve DeMeo of Amity. So the pass falls incomplete. It'll be a second down, but the Wildcats just have to go to the air. They just have got to get in, and they've got to get in quickly.
Eddie, the way they're running the ball, I'd just give the ball off to Brooks and Dewey here. They need to score, but you're right. They're trying to conserve the clock and get the score through the air. If it's missed, it stops the clock as it does right now with 7:49.
Sokolnicki and Goulet out to the left side. Szynski out to the right side. Goulet goes in motion on 2nd and 10. Well, they give to Dewey, and Dewey is stacked up at the 9-yard line by the middle of that Amity defense, led by linebacker Mike Slomski, a 5'8", 180-pound senior, along with Dave Sirowich, both linebackers in on the play for Amity.
Linebackers for Amity have been giving them a good read tonight and have done a good job against Brooks and Dewey, preventing the real domination on the inside by those two running backs.
Third down now, third down at the 9. Del Toro has to throw a timing pattern into the end zone. Incomplete. As he threw it out for his tri-captain Sonny Szynski. It'll be a 4th down for the Cats, and they just got to fire into the end zone.
Looked like Szynski had a shot at it. Good fake by Del Toro. And then he throws it outside. Let's see what happens. It's a little overthrown, although it's in Szynski's hands. He loses it when he hits the ground. Szynski has not been able to make the catches that he has made all year. He had an opportunity on that one. And this is a big 4th down here. Seymour doesn't get in. It's all over. They've got to get in right now.
Szynski out to the right side. Goulet and Sokolnicki out to the left side. Del Toro on a drop into the end zone. It is incomplete. David Dewey was the closest Seymour receiver to the football, but Del Toro overthrows on 4th down, and Amity takes over on downs at the 9.
Seymour 1st and goal and couldn't get it in. This time they try and throw a out and up to Dewey, and the ball is well overthrown. Dewey was hit in the backfield and really has no opportunity to get the ball right at the pylon, and Seymour will take, or Amity will take over with 7 minutes left here, and they just have to run a couple 1st downs because the Wildcats are not going to put 35 points on the board, Eddie, I don't think. I mean, last week we talked about 26-6, and we thought the game was in jeopardy. Naugatuck pulled it out in the end. Seymour, too much to go with not enough time. You see a lot of Amity fans beginning to celebrate the first 5 in 5 years in a long time for the Amity Spartan football team.
Let me go over for our viewers, buddy, the revised schedule for our telecast of the Ansonia-Naugatuck game, the Thanksgiving Day game. Because, of course, it's played on a Thursday on Thanksgiving. Here is the tentative schedule for that Ansonia-Naugatuck game. We want to remind our viewers also to be consulting channels 10A and 10B for further details. But the game will be aired on Friday evening, the day after Thanksgiving. It'll also be aired on Sunday evening and the following Monday after Thanksgiving. So just that revision in our telecast schedule. So we ask our viewers to please check channels 10A or 10B on your cable, on telemedia rather, for information on the air times for Ansonia-Naugatuck coming up on Telemedia's high school football game of the week. We'll have also replay, we'll have highlights, I should say, of Derby Shelton and their big Thanksgiving rivalry after the Ansonia-Naugatuck game. Sonny Szynski on the tackle.
Stephen Kosarka off tackle for another big gain, 10 yards. Amity just chewing them up now as Seymour is starting to make some substitutions. Coach Sponheimer and his football team a great season, but today it belongs to the Spartans.
Brett Dedman, who's been all-world here this evening. Dedman tackled by Rich Connors.
Dedman will come off tackle as he's done all night for good yardage. Slomsky and Steven Kasarka have got to get a great deal of credit along with that offensive line and getting Dedman those yards. Owen Zarin, quality game at end along with Audi, Youngberg, Serwich, Wilson, Jennings. Great job by that offensive line.
Second down. Love on a rollout. He is dragged down for a loss on the far side of the field. Rich Connors, tri-captain Rich Connors, first to get the love. Let me also thank our spotters in this evening's football game. Both the sophomores from the Seymour Wildcats, Mike Deese, along with Aaron Peck, helping us in the press box up in Woodbridge.
I think Jeff Love just did that one on his own, trying the bootleg. We saw the first quarter where Stramella stuffed it. This time, the defensive ends again stuffed it as it's 3rd and about 7 for Amity with 5:18 left to go in this fourth quarter.
Third down. Kasarka running the football, and Kasarka's picked up the first down. Sonny Szynski on the tackle, but Kasarka advances the football close to the 40-yard line. As we wind things down here at Sim Field in Woodbridge, we wind down the Amity season, and unfortunately for Seymour, we wind down their season also, as they had aspirations of playing on the first weekend of December, and those will go by the boards this evening.
Amity is taking out their senior players, Brett Dedman, Jamie Gooch, Gil Jennings, all coming to the sidelines. Michael Slomsky, number 35, an outstanding game at fullback. David Serwich, only a junior. David Audi, also out of the game, as Amity has substituted every one of those seniors, except for Jeffrey Love, who remains in there at quarterback. And one of the reasons is that Brad Chernovitz really is going to have trouble taking a snap. He got hurt last week. His thumb is not real strong, but we're going to see if he'll get in there.
First down for Amity. We've got a lot of different players in there. Peterkin running the football for Amity, as Coach Marazzi has removed his seniors. He's given them the recognition. Mark Primavera along with Rich Connors on the tackle for Seymour.
Peterkin, a junior fullback now, will just come to the outside. He'll take the spot of Dedman on the outside, and he will pick up about 9 yards on the first down carry. Peterkin picking up where Brett Dedman left off.
And Coach Sponheimer now getting in a lot of his younger players, as this game is history. Only final score now is the only thing in question. Peterkin on the carry.
That was Mike Freeman, number 44, playing fullback with the football.
Mike Freeman, the fullback now. Rich Connors on the tackle for the Wildcats. Chris Zulo now checks in to the Seymour defense. Coming in now for Amity, Greg Pabst. He'll be playing at one of the tight end positions. Pabst is a 6'2", 170-pound junior. Check that, a sophomore. First down for Amity, directly at midfield. Wishbone for Amity, and they have done wonders with that offense. Mike Freeman on that first down carry, close to the 40-yard line.
Straight ahead handoff to Freeman out of the bone, and he does a pretty good job himself of dragging some Seymour tacklers down close to that first down yardage. It's 2nd and short. Freeman comes out, new fullback goes in, as Amity is playing everyone, as is Seymour.
2nd and short, and the football now at the 42-yard line. The give, a straight handoff from the senior quarterback, Jeff Love.
86,
Straight ahead handoff here to the fullback, and he will pick up the first down yardage as Love just reverses on the handoff.
Jason Karpovich on the tackle.
Looks like Jason Horowitz on the first down carry. Picks up the yardage necessary for that first down.
41-6 is our score. As we wind things down here, under 3 minutes to go in this football game. Inside handoff to the fullback.
I think that's Jason Horowitz. Let me check the number as he gets up. Pulls ahead for pretty good yardage, and that is Jason Horowitz. And Jeff Love is coming out, and Bobby Marlowe is going to play some quarterback.
Sophomore, 21, Bob Marlowe, replacing senior quarterback Jeff Love.
A little bit over 2 minutes to go in this football game. Another inside handoff as Coach Marazzi just wants to run down the remaining time here and get some of his younger players in and receive some valuable varsity experience. Amity will go 5-5 on the football season, and that is reason for excitement up here at Amity, since they have not won five football games since 1980. You have to go back to 1980 when Amity last won 5 football games. Third down at the 35-yard line. Marlowe is the quarterback. Freeman, the fullback.
A roar just went from the sidelines as Coach Marazzi just took a bath in the Gatorade. Amity just driving the football straight ahead that time. Number 44, Mike Freeman with it. And the clock is running down. It's a 4th down for Amity, but right now nobody really cares with 1:20 left to go. This game has been history since the 7-minute mark when Seymour did not score that touchdown on 1st and goal.
Marlowe is the sophomore quarterback. Freeman has the first down as he picks his way through the center of the line, down to inside the 25-yard line to about the 24-yard line. As we go to our full roster to pick out the tackles, Brian Foster, who will return for Seymour, on the tackle for Seymour. Seymour Wildcats will drop to 7-3 on the football season overall. Their final Housatonic League mark will be 7-2. But watch out for the Cats next year. As Paul Sponheimer said in his interview earlier on in this football game, they are a young football. They are a young football team, and Seymour High School also an undefeated freshman team this year. So things are going to be looking up for the Seymour Wildcats next year. Under 20 seconds to go. This ought to just about do it. The final snap, and it's a shocker here. It's going to be talked about in the entire state. Marlowe straight ahead, the sophomore quarterback, and that ought to do it. Our final score from here at Sim Field in Woodbridge: Amity 41 and Seymour 6. We'll be back right after these messages. Again, our final score: Amity 41, Seymour 6. On behalf of Buddy Chernovitz and an extra special guest, Len Butch Marazzi, Ed Clements. Good night, everyone.